All right, Shalom, Lord of Christ. Shalom, Lord of Christ. This is the ISUBK Thursday night class. I just want to welcome everybody tonight. Hope everybody having a good week so far. We're going to go ahead and get into endurance. We're going to get into that and how to endure in the truth. Okay, it's going to be a good class. You know, if you are in the chat, make sure that you put those questions up if you have some. But I want to make, you know, the questions to be on topic if you can tonight. But if not, we'll allow some space for you to ask your questions off topic or whatever. So we'll get into that and we'll be right back. You already know how the class go. Get in there, get your snacks, get your drink, and we'll be right back.
Seven, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hey, I'm just following orders. Let me get one of those slow motion pictures, bro. One of the slow motion pictures.
You gotta shoot at 60 frames per second.
Come on,
They say they wanna hear that raw shit. These niggas claiming that they bullshit. These niggas better move and coach shit. As if they make the wrong move and coach shit. You see me, they like, ooh, keep on stopping. I'm on my way up and they ain't gon' stop it. They say they wanna hear that raw shit. Coming up on by the bullshit. They see me, they like, ooh, keep on stopping. I'm on my body, real niggas right beside me. Damn right, I brought my army, going up like a rocket, and can't nobody stop me. These niggas garbage, so watch your mouth, boy. Coming all black, slithering house, call me mouth, boy. I'm off the hip like a cowboy. I'm a king, you should bow, boy. So they like, damn, man, you cut up. Nothing I can handle. 144 in the booth, going Rambo. Niggas do you dirty like a stick in a bando. That's why I play the corner like a bum with a banjo. I'ma lead by example. Keep on stopping, got this bitch off the hand, got the juice, got the drip, about to hit the bitch with the salt. It ain't rap, it's assault. Can't taste a bitch unless you with the coke. They say they wanna hear that raw shit. These niggas claiming that they bullshit. These niggas better move and coach shit. As if they make the wrong move and coach shit. Hey. One way, one way, one way, one way, one way.
I do it how a veteran be. You better than me. I'm Reggie at the edge of the key. It's all money, no honey. Think you settling? See, you locked up, fucked up, and it's back to the streets. It's One West. You can check the residency. I reside with soldiers died on the soles of their feet. Cause it's death before designer. Ain't no coward in me. Cause I'm cold as a bitch's shoulder. You ain't calling a week. Get the cooking on this beat. Hope you like it well done. Got them killers rolling with me and they all red rum, red rum, red rum. Got you fuckers scared some. Get the banging on this beat till my fucking head numb. Black Glock, red drums, black and yellow Air Ones. Homie, you ain't got a vest. I suggest you wear one.
Told these niggas we was going up. They was doing a lot of talking. Now these niggas ain't saying shit.
Feeling like a legend in this shit. Lil nigga, I'm past veteran. Never feeling third. Lil nigga, I'm past second. Guns, I gotta have them all like Ash Ketchum. Shotty break a nigga ribs up like his wife left him. We all stepping. Kill you with kindness cause I'm dead nice. That 5'7" put you 6 feet, not talking height. That judge giving out 5, but you doing life. These hands are rude GPS. A mean right. That's mean right. We build different, you know the vibes. And we something authentic, we notarized. I keep a 144 because I know a kind. Noah's Ark, you know I'm with animals when we flowing by. We back again, no cap, when I'm with Cap again. Yeah, they say they want smoke until we matching them. Everything righteous, so you know when we get back at them, you get hit up with a K, but no acronym.
They say they wanna hear that raw shit. These niggas claiming that they bullshit. These niggas better move and coach shit. As if they make the wrong move and coach shit. You see me, they like, ooh, keep on
right, y'all. That's right. Yeah. All right, y'all know what it is, man. It's a Thursday night class, man. Brought to you by Commander General Yohana. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to all the brothers and sisters, man. Y'all look good tonight, man.
That's right.
We got the sisters in here. We didn't scare the one sister away. This is the second time, right? This sister's back. You know what I mean? I'm gonna drop this sister a bomb. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? And hopefully she stay and don't ever leave. You know what I'm saying? For the rest of her life.
That's right.
And that's how we do it, man. You know what I'm saying? This class tonight is about endurance, man. Enduring. You know what I'm saying? This is what we all have to internalize. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can sit up here and tell you all day what to do according to the scriptures. I could do that, right? And I have no problem with doing it, but you have to internalize it. You have to make that choice to, you know what I'm saying, like, make something a rock for you to stay in this truth and so that you can be able to endure, right? Enduring in the truth is not an easy thing. And what we're going to do is we're going to go in today and show brothers and sisters, man, how to endure in this truth. All right. We got a Howabah in the house. Let me drop a bomb for a Howard BZ. All right. Shalom, sis. All right. So endurance, man. Could somebody look up the definition of endurance? Oh, well, it's maybe not a good time, huh? Everybody eating. All right. If somebody could look up the definition of endurance, Azar Ward, you can take the microphone. If you don't mind. And whenever you're ready, Warrior, you got it.
All right.
And if somebody could check the feed too, just to make sure everything is right.
Eating. I got it. You got it? All right, come on. The water. Endure. Suffer.
Well, say it one more time.
Suffer.
That's enduring?
Endure.
It's to suffer, right? What else?
Remain in existence.
Uh-huh. Remain. That's a good one too.
Mm-hmm.
Remain in existence, right? Every brother in here, their job to do in this truth is to remain in existence, right?
Mm-hmm.
Read on.
Something painful or difficult.
Something what?
Something painful or difficult.
Hey, that's what the truth is about. The truth is painful, right? And it's difficult, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's all for the greater good, right? Go ahead.
That's it, sir.
All right, no sweat. So now we got the definition of endure. So can I get 2 Ezra 7 and 6? 2 Ezra 7 and 6.
All right. Wish I had my Bible with me. All right, Khan. This is the book of 2 Ezra, chapter 7 and verse 6.
Mm-hmm.
There is also another thing. Mm-hmm. A city is builded and set upon a broad field and is full of all good things.
This right here, this is the kingdom of heaven. This is the kingdom of heaven right here.
Right.
Read on.
Khan. The entrance thereof is narrow. Mm-hmm. And it's set in a dangerous place to fall.
It's set in a what?
A dangerous place to fall.
Uh-huh.
Like as if there were a fire on the right hand and on the left a deep water.
Right. So this is the path, right, to the kingdom of heaven, right? You got fire on this side, but then you got water on this side. But remember, there ain't no land over there. So if you fall into that water, eventually you're going to drown,
right?
Because there's nothing for you to get on, right? And then if you go on this side, you're going to just burn up and die. So it's a very narrow path, and it's death on both sides, right? But it's a very narrow path to the kingdom of heaven. Read on.
Khan. And one only path between them both, even between the fire and the water, so small that there could but one man go there at once.
How many people?
One man.
40,000 people.
One man.
The whole world.
One man.
Right. So you see that, right? This path is so narrow that only one man can go through at a time. Only one sister can go through at a time. That's the truth. You know what I'm saying? It ain't 40,000 people rushing in this door.
Right.
One at a time. One sister at a time. That's how we built. We built this school one brother at a time, one sister at a time. That's how it go with the truth. It's like, TD Jakes' church, it's like 40, 50,000 people in the damn audience. Right. You know what I mean? Right. Who else?
Creflo.
What's the other cat? Who's that other cat? The white cat, Joel Osteen. Yeah, he in the stadium. You know what I'm saying? That gate, that road is wide. It's wide. Everybody can be in that gate. Like, go ahead.
So I get, and as you read this, and you breaking down like Christianity, like these the pastors, they telling you to jump off the road.
Right.
Yeah.
They telling you to just pick one side and just jump into the fire, jump into the water, but nevertheless jump off the road.
Yeah.
And then because I've been seeing a lot of like debates, lately with Captain Cesariak and like Christians on Clubhouse and stuff, and they literally argue and fight tooth and nail to do the opposite of what the Bible says.
Right, to bring you in the fire or go off into the deep water. Right, and that's exactly great point. You know what I'm saying? I would drop you a bomb. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's right, because they don't want to stay on the narrow path. You know what I'm saying? They want it. The wide is like what? Islam, Egyptology, Christianity, Buddhism. You know, that's a wide gate. It's not narrow, right? Read on.
Khan. If this city now were given unto a man for an inheritance, if he never shall pass the danger set before it.
Right. So we can get the kingdom of heaven, but you got to be the type of person that's worthy to get it.
Right.
You're not going to just get the kingdom of heaven just because, you just a cool person. Right. It's work that you're going to have to do to get it. Right. Read on.
How shall he receive this inheritance? And I said, it is so, Lord. Then said he unto me, even so also is Israel's portion.
Right. Israel's portion is what? The kingdom of heaven is Israel's portion. That's our portion, the kingdom of heaven, right? So like when you come into the truth, it's not like Captain Carter, as I say, it's not a lucky rabbit's foot. Like just because you come into the truth doesn't mean that life ain't gonna be hard no more. Right. Like you think just because, I know that Christ is black and the law, statutes, and commandments, I know the truth, that means that everything is gonna be good from now on. And that is exactly the opposite. You know what I'm saying? What the Lord wants to see is if a man and the brothers and the sisters are worthy to receive the kingdom of heaven. Right? Go ahead, read on.
Because of their sakes, I made the world.
The what?
I made the world.
Right, the Lord made the world for our sakes, right? Read on.
And when Adam transgressed my statutes, then was decreed that now is done.
Right, so remember, when Adam he got the law. Adam had the law, the breath of life, right? Adam had it, right? But and so this is showing you right here that it was a law before Moses, right? And let me see, keep going.
Then were the entrances of this world made narrow.
The what?
The entrances of this world made narrow, full of sorrow and travail. Because remember, it got. Cole, keep reading. I don't want to break it down. They are but few and evil, full of perils.
Full of what?
Full of perils, and very painful.
Right, because remember that it's hard now. It got hard. It got harder for us. You know what I'm saying? To get the kingdom of heaven. Right? Because we already had it before, but you know what I'm saying? We got thrown out the Garden of Eden. You know what I'm saying? And now it's harder for us to get back into it, right? Right? Read on.
For the entrances of the elder world were wide and sure.
The what? Say that one more time.
For the entrances of the elder world.
The world, right? That was what?
The world of Israel.
No,
outside like
outside the world, right? That was the world. Like I'm saying it, like how we would say it today. That's the world. That's wide. That's wide. That's easy, right? Read on.
Was wide and narrow. Was wide and short, and brought immortal fruit.
Meaning that it was easy, right? Go ahead.
If then they that live labor not to enter these straight and vain things, they can never receive those that are laid up for them.
Right. That means that if we don't follow these laws, statutes, and commandments, man, and endure in this truth, man, we ain't never getting the kingdom of heaven.
Right.
White man gonna be over us for another 1,000 years, 2,000 years. And remember, it's like this. I've seen the best example of it, right? When we came over here in slavery, it was like this, right? We were here, the white man was here, right? So over time, we just went like this. Now we're here in 2022 and we're still like that, see? Even if you go back down to slavery, we're still like this. So we've never gotten anywhere.
Right.
Like, remember the cat was, what was the cat saying at camp? He was talking about why we don't celebrate Juneteenth.
Right.
And we told him because we not free. So why are we celebrating Juneteenth if we're not free? He was like, well, I'm just saying, we got to celebrate it because, it's just like the beginning of what? We could be free in 2 seconds.
Right.
But they're just not going to do it because it's just not profitable for them to level up the playing field. It's not gonna happen. So what are we celebrating? We're celebrating a vain thing.
Right.
That we're not supposed to be celebrating, because to celebrate Juneteenth is just vain. I mean, I get it. You know what I'm saying? Our people want to go somebody got shot at a Juneteenth event.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. I get why we want to do it, because we want to hold on to something that we can try to rally ourselves around to feel good. Like calling everybody kings and queens.
Right.
Like, hey, what's up, queen? What's up, queen? Oh, queen, what's up, queen? Yeah, that just makes you feel good, right? Because of your captivity,
right?
Because we're in this captivity, but we have the tools necessary to actually free us from this captivity, and we're not worried about those vain things like going to the, celebrating Juneteenth and things like that, right? But if we don't listen to the Lord, we'll never get the kingdom of heaven, and we'll never be able to enter back into the Lord's rest, right? Read on.
Verse 15.
Skip down to 17.
This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 7 and verse 17.
Mm-hmm.
Then answered I and said, O Lord, that bearest rule, thou hast ordained in thy law that the righteous should inherit these things, but that the ungodly should perish.
Right, meaning this, right? Like, with this truth, man, you don't have a choice. A lot of brothers might think, I'm not saying y'all, but some brothers might think that they got a choice when you come in here. Like, you got a choice, like, you know what I'm saying? That's how, like, I'll tell you how I'll just give you my example, right? When I don't have a choice to go to camp or not.
Right.
I go to camp. I don't have a choice whether I just want to take some time off from school and, I just want to just, excuse my language, shoot the shit and just, just chill and just, come here and there. Like, I don't have that luxury. And nobody in here has that luxury either.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, think of the truth like that. Like, you don't have the luxury of falling off. You don't have the luxury of none of that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, other brothers might come in here, other sisters might come in here for two damn weeks talking about shaloming and all that kind of stuff, and them niggas is gone. Now, I'm talking about men and women. They gone after 3 weeks. Because they couldn't endure, right? And so when you look at this truth, don't treat it like a slavery. Don't treat it like, well, I gotta go to class and like, oh man. Come with gladness, man, wholehearted. Like the scriptures say, man, come do the work of the Lord wholeheartedly. You know what I'm saying? Do it because you want to do it. I don't come here because, like this is just like, something like a club to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, we are really out here doing the work of the Lord, and this is very, very serious. Like, when we go out in those streets, they ain't playing. You think those people that's coming through is playing with us? Those people that's coming through will kill one of us, man. You know what I'm saying? If it wasn't for the mercy of the Lord, man,
right.
You know what I'm saying? We would be dead. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, look, when you go out there, you know what we're doing when we go out there and telling people Islam is wrong, telling them that, loving a white man is wrong, we're breaking their heart. You get my point? Like, that's exactly what we're doing. When you going out there telling them Islam, you worshiping a rock, you breaking their heart. They've been worshiping Islam their whole life. Their uncles is Islam. You know what I'm saying? Y'all from Philly. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Go ahead.
Philly kick the Quran down the street.
Yeah. You're breaking their heart, man. And because of that, it can get violent.
Right.
Knock was there. Look, we in Philly. Remember, I don't know if you was there at that camp, but the Muslim mosque came out there. It was like 15 niggas came out there from the mosque, and they was ready to fight. You know what I'm saying? Cap threw the Bible on the ground. In my mind, I'm like, damn, why he throw the Bible on the ground? He threw the Quran. But, because like the truth makes you go against your better judgment. You know what I'm saying? And so I was new in the truth. And as I'm seeing all these cats, man, they came from the mosque like, yo, what y'all want to do? You know what I mean? But they was like trying to fight. And Cap was like, let me see that. Let me see the Quran. And he took the Quran and he said, we don't give a damn about the Quran. Wow, he threw it on the ground. And they was like, whoa, just a whole bunch of commotion. And I'm thinking to myself, damn, he threw the Quran down. Well, all these cats out here. And one of them, and the girl picked it up. a girl picked the Quran up and started walking up the street. And he was like, Zion, go get it. So now I got to go in a crowd full of Muslims that was already hostile to go get the Quran that the girl picked up and took. So I started walking up there. I started walking to the girl, and they surrounded me like, don't touch her. You better not touch her. You better not touch her. So I was like, yo, give me the Quran. Give me the Quran. She was like, no, I ain't giving it to you. So I was like, grabbed it, and then they ain't touched me or nothing like that, but I snatched it from her. And then I walked back to the camp and put it back. And that was my mission to get it back. That's like, you know what I mean? Most High Christ. That's nobody gets to walk off with the camp equipment. Right. No matter what it is. If we throw the Jesus, the fake Jesus sign, nobody can get up and walk away with it. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because we threw it. That's still the camp equipment. We got to throw it, at some more camps. You know what I'm saying? You can't just walk off with it. You know what I mean? Even though we don't care about it, you can't walk. We ain't gonna let you walk away with it. You know what I'm saying? All right, no sweat, man. So, so you don't have no option, no choice about class or camp. You know what I'm saying? Like if you in this truth, man, you don't got no choice on that. Get in here, man. Look, I look at the old pictures like Knock, like, you know what I'm saying? Knock is skinny as hell. Like niggas skinny. Like you ever look at that, like the old pictures of ISUBK? Like cats is be mad skinny. Like, man, you know what I'm saying? Like Barzal. Remember Barzal when he came in? He was this big. Malakia was like this big. Yeah, they was this big. But, now them cats got, you know what I'm saying, they solid, you know what I'm saying? That's how they really was supposed to look all along. But, because we be on drugs and all kinds of crazy stuff in the world, we don't really look how we're supposed to look. But you actually really get it how you're really supposed to look when you come into the truth and start serving the Lord. That's right. All right, so let me get Ecclesiastes 12:2.
Khan.
No, 12:12. I'm sorry.
So Khan. This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12 and verse 12. Mm-hmm. And further, by these, my son, be admonished of making many books.
Of what?
Of making many books. There is no end.
Right, because remember we did a class on, you got the cast with the book of Enoch, the book of Jubilee, the book of Jasher, all of that, man. The making of many books, there's no end to that because it's just so much stuff. The laws of the Most High is in Genesis to Revelations. That's all you need right there. You know what I'm saying? You got it with the Apocrypha in it. That's why I keep this now. This is the Apocrypha in it too. You know what I'm saying? This is the complete Bible with the Apocrypha. I just use this as my Apocrypha and my Bible both. This is my Bible and that's my Apocrypha / Bible. So I just use them both. You know what I'm saying? But that's really all you need. You don't need anything else. The only thing else like we have here with these books here is just to prove our point with the scriptures for people who don't believe in the Bible and believe that we're just Bible thumping. Then we can go to these other books that you see around me and we can prove them wrong that way. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what it's for, right? Read on.
And much study is a weariness of the flesh.
So remember, what this is Ecclesiastes. So this is about Solomon, right? And if you read about Ecclesiastes, Solomon, because Solomon was the richest king, you know what I'm saying? The richest king ever. And he got that power from the Lord to be rich because he didn't ask the Lord for money.
Right.
Most people ask the Lord for money. They were like, please, Lord, can I win the lottery? If you could just give me these numbers, you know what I'm saying? He didn't ask for that. He asked for wisdom. And because he didn't ask for money, the Lord's like, oh, you didn't ask for money? I'm going to give you more money than you ever could dream of. You know what I'm saying? The Lord made him rich. But while he was rich, he had a chance to really analyze things. Like he had women. He had all the horse that you can have. He had the abundance of everything. And he realized and understood that those things are just vanity. Right. It didn't mean anything. You know what I'm saying? All those things don't mean nothing, right? Read on. Verse 13.
Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter.
Right. Out of all these things that we worship today, like like the Gucci and the Louis and the what's some other ones? Prada, all that stuff, right? He knew that stuff was just, it meant nothing. It was all vanity. You know what I'm saying? He knew that, he had all the horses, all the cars, all the jewelry that you can have, everything. means nothing when you land in that hospital and before the funeral home got to come pick you up.
Right.
It means nothing at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? You land on that bed and your family around you crying and stuff. It's like, what did you do while you were here? What did you do? All the stuff that you have, it means absolutely nothing. Right? But what did Solomon say? Read on.
Fear God and keep his commandments.
That's all it really boils down to. That's the meaning of life. That's really it. You know, they got the Buddhist monks that's over there, what? And over in what's those countries and those Buddhist monks be at? China and all kinds of them back countries, the back country, they over there, you know, like this. The meaning of life, you know, they got people that's, you know, traveling all around the world, going over there to go see the Buddhist monks to try to figure out what's the meaning of life. But this is the meaning of life right here. Right here. We got it. It's on every stinking dirty motel, the Bible's right there. You know, it's in every, you know, courtroom. It's in every stinking Christian church. And it's right there what the meaning of life is. And the meaning of life is what?
Fear God and keep his commandments. For this is the whole duty of man.
Right. That's the meaning of life right there in a nutshell. Right there. That's the meaning of life. To fear the Lord and keep the commandments. So, you know, the fear of the Lord is what? The beginning of your wisdom. Now, you ain't going to be able to get there right away because you got to look at it like this, right? You could you close the door a little bit? If you don't mind. And if it's too hot, y'all can turn that fan on if it's too hot in here. It's too hot? Yeah. The brothers came in and took all the good air that we did have in here. But yeah, you can go ahead and face it towards the class or whatever. If you don't mind. Yeah, so y'all get my point on that, right? If you fear the Lord, that's how you keep the commandments, right? You got to have the fear of the Lord. Like, you know, for me, that's what keeps me straight. Cause I'm like, man, you know, I'm afraid of the Lord, what the Lord will do to me. So I got to really like watch what you do. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the beginning of your wisdom. That's how you'll start to get smarter. That's how you'll start to get stronger. Right. You got to look at it like that. All right. All right. We'll drop that. Let me get Mark 4:1.
Y'all feel that here?
I used to rock like this. I can't feel nothing. like this makes you cooler when you like this. That's probably gonna fall like that. Yeah, you're gonna shame the school. Yeah, the school's gonna be shamed on live. All right. It's gonna shame the school. I'm telling you, it's gonna fall and all this is gonna come off the head. We gotta go to commercial. Go to commercial. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get it, man. Mark 4:1.
Mark chapter 4, verse 1. And he began again to teach by the seaside. And there was gathered unto him a great multitude.
What kind of multitude?
A great multitude.
That's what like the Christian church say. Well, he came to his own and his own received him not. It's right here. It says a great multitude was gathered to him. They all out there trying to hear him speak. It wasn't the people that rejected Christ. It was the religious leaders of that time who rejected Christ, right? And they actually had a damn secret council amongst themselves on how they was going to kill Christ. Right? Go ahead.
Okay. So that he entered into a ship and sat in the sea. And the whole multitude was by the sea on the land. And he taught them many things by parables and said unto them in his doctrine.
In whose doctrine?
In his doctrine.
Right, that's important, right? Read on.
Hearken, behold, there went out a sower to sow.
Right, so now we get into the parable of the sower, right? So I'm not going to read the parable. I'm going to read just the breakdown of the parable just so you can get an understanding of what Christ was talking about here. You know, Christ spoke in parables when he was talking to people because he didn't want people to understand it and get it because he wasn't here to save everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, once you can understand that Christ wasn't here to save everybody, then you'll be in a good headspace. You'll be in a good headspace to understand what Christ's mission was while he was here. His mission wasn't here to save every damn body. You know what I'm saying? Christ's mission was to save the people that was under his authority and the disciples' authority. You know what I'm saying? Like, even the disciples didn't understand what the hell Christ was saying half the time, but he would break it down to them. He didn't break it down to everybody else. He just said this parable, you know, the parable of Lazarus, the parable of the prodigal son. He just said those in front. That's what he said to the masses. He didn't, and they didn't, you know, the masses probably was just like listening to him, like, oh man, that's heavy. What did he say? You know, what does that mean? You know what I'm saying? Like, amongst themselves, what are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? Right. But he would break it down to the disciples, right?
Come on.
Go ahead, you got it.
If I could, in verse 25, if I could read it, he said, for he that hath, to him shall be given, and he that hath not, for him shall be taken, even which he hath. So when he asked him why he tell him in the parable, he was like, the man that don't know, he's gonna be way more confused, and the man that get it, he's going to get more.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yep. I was saying about you today. I'm like, man, you know what I'm saying? Because you're you know, like with you an English major, right?
I was.
Oh yeah. Nah, man, you an English major, man. You get my point? And you know what I'm saying? You real good with understanding like the words. I noticed that about you and Captain Talwar. You know what I'm saying? All right. Verse 10. Could you hit me Zawar? Come on, man. It's the Rude of Speech show. Just think of it like that. All right, go ahead.
The book of Mark, chapter 4, verse 10. And when he was alone, that they were about him with the 12 asked of him the parable.
Right. So they like, man, what was you talking about earlier? You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
And he said unto them, unto you it is given to know the mystery of the kingdom of the Most High, but unto them that are without.
For the sister, what's your name again? I'm sorry, sis. Yeah. Kisa? Yes. Okay. Kisa. That sounds like it's Hebrew. But when he said, I'm just going to pick on you real quick, if you don't mind. But it says, unto them that are without. What does that mean? You're not sure. All right, Tara?
They're without the law or without...
Go ahead and say it. You got it. That are without what? Who ain't in here?
The heathens.
No. How about?
Going back into the breath of life?
No, not quite. Go ahead, Matazapa.
Those without the truth.
There you go. That's it. Right. So he's saying, like, you know what I mean, those that are without. So he's saying, unto you it is given to know the mysteries of the kingdom of God, but unto them that are without the truth. Right? Read on.
All these things are done in parables.
See that? But we're all in here now because unto us it was given to understand the mysteries of the kingdom of God. The Lord didn't give it to our moms. You know, He didn't give it to Mom Dukes.
Right.
You know, He gave it to my mom. My mom understands. And I'm lucky. I'm so happy that my mom gets it. You know what I'm saying? But to some brothers, that might not be the truth. You know what I'm saying? With some brothers' moms might not get it. But your mom don't get it because unto you it was given to understand. Your mom, it wasn't. Your auntie, it wasn't. Your daughter, your son, it wasn't. It was given to you to understand the mysteries of the kingdom of God. But unto them that are without, all these things are done in parables. That's why when we be at camp, people can't understand what the hell we saying, even though we speaking so plainly. You know what I'm saying? We saying, hey, look, man, we need to separate. We need to do this. And they like, what are y'all talking about? Y'all racist. Like, you got racists out of all that we just said. It's like, even at this time, we still got to convince black people that we should separate. Even with all this that's going on, we still gotta convince them to separate from the oppressor. Right. Even though we just had the Buffalo shooter. Right. They killed 10 people in Buffalo. We still gotta convince them to separate. And it's just, you know what I'm saying? Like what I've known in the truth is just that, like, you can't really galvanize black people with hostility towards other nations. You just can't. It's like you just can't really do it. And that's why it's so important, like, and that's why it means everything when a brother or sister can, like, see what we're saying and come out of the world off of what we're saying. Like, that brother or that sister is very special. That's right. You know what I'm saying? Because they was able to hear it and hear the voice of the Lord through all what everybody would say that was a racist message against other nations. You know what I'm saying? Like, just us getting out there saying we need to separate from other nations. We're not going to get the masses like that. Right. We could if we said, yo, all can be saved. Camp will be it'd be thick at camp, like we was giving them bread, free loaves of bread. It'd be packed, like it'd be around the corner, everybody coming up there. You know what I'm saying? If we was giving out something, we said all nations can be saved. This we would have to get a new building. Right. We would move the school. We moved down to Smyrna. This would just be an office because we would need more space. Right. We would need more square footage. But because our message ain't the way that's popular to Black America, Hispanic America, it's like the road is narrow. Right. So one brother, one sister coming at a time, two sisters or whatever. Right. Go ahead.
Verse 12, Mark chapter 4, verse 12. That seeing they may see, that seeing they may see and not perceive, and hearing they may not. In hearing they may hear and not understand.
Right. So if they would hear it, that means they would understand it. Right. You know what I'm saying? But they don't. They hear it. They don't understand it. Read on.
Lest at any time they should be converted, and their sins should be forgiven.
I thought Christ came for everybody. You see what he just said? Right. He said that seeing that they may see and not perceive, and hearing that they may hear and not understand. If he did do that, lest at any time they should be converted, meaning that if he did speak straight to them, they would be converted of their sins. Right. Right? And their sins should be forgiven. Then their sins will be forgiven. But Christ is speaking to them in parables because he don't want them to be converted and he don't want their sins to be forgiven. You got a book? You writing them down, Wyatt Quam? Yeah, that's right. Yeah, give that brother a hand. He got a precept book out. Yeah, let me drop him a bomb. All right, what's going on? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, the brother back there. Give him a hand. Yeah. We ain't doing this for our health, man. You know what I mean? It take a lot of work up here, man. I gotta do magic tricks and flip and do everything. You know what I'm saying? So just write it down, man. All right. Verse 12. No, I'm sorry. Verse
13.
Verse 13.
Verse 13. And he said unto them, know ye not the parables?
Right. So now Christ is about to say, all right, so basically Christ is saying, all right, I'm gonna bust it down for you. I'm gonna explain this parable to you, right? And we're gonna read it, right? Verse 14.
That the sower soweth the word, and these are they by the wayside. Where the word is sown, but when they have heard, Satan cometh immediately and taketh away the word that was sown in their hearts.
Right. So this happens at camp. Right, when we be at camp, I know, how about I know, she's there too, right? When we go to camp and we're talking, somebody be sitting there like, and then somebody will come over to them and whisper, you're like, man, you listen to these dudes, man? You know what I mean? Then they'll be like, yeah. You know, they be like, usually if it's somebody white that we going at, somebody black will come over to the other black people and be like, hey, racist, man. You know what I mean? This ain't, man, my pastor know the truth. They don't know the truth, right? When that happens, they take away what was sown in their mind, right? Satan cometh immediately and taketh away what? The word that was sown in their hearts, right?
Okay.
Read on.
And these are they likewise which are sown on stony ground, who when they have heard the word immediately receive it with gladness.
Right. So remember, these are seeds that are getting sown, right? So some of these seeds, they fell by the wayside, right? So like say if I'm a sower and I'm throwing these seeds out and I'm planting these seeds, I'm a sower. When you sowing in the field, you like this, you got the seeds and you like that. That's what they're doing. But some of them seeds that I'm throwing, they might have went out by the wayside of the road. They went up on the road and then, they're not going to get in ground because they went up by the road. But then some of these seeds that I'm throwing, some of them are going on stony ground, right? And these are the people that hear the word, right? And it says, immediately they receive it with gladness. So you at camp or whatever, you like, oh yeah, Christ is black. We are the Israelites. Yeah, the 12 tribes of Israel. Yeah. We the 12 tribes, right? You receive it with gladness, right? Immediately. And you stick around for a little while, right? But go ahead, read on.
And have no root in themselves, and so endure for a time. Afterwards, when afflicted or persecution ariseth for the word's sake.
For the what sake?
For the word's sake, immediate they are offended.
Right. So you'll endure in this truth until they tell you in a cult.
Mm-hmm.
Then you're gonna be like, man, I'm offended. That'll offend you, and you won't ever come back again. Or if you a sister, they be like, you wearing a dress? You better get out there and shake what your mama gave you, right? Then you're offended, right? You'll be offended. Oh, you don't celebrate Christmas? Why? When you celebrated Christmas your whole life, right? Done. Boom. You're offended by the truth. For the word's sake, it's not. Don't like that's what you're offended at, and that's what'll make you offended. Like you don't have what it takes to endure through a little bit of pain. That's why you're gonna leave, because you don't have what it takes. If the truth was about every day was a good day, then definitely you would be here every single day. You'd be like, yeah, I'm in it till life, till death, right? But what this is helping you to understand, and what Christ is breaking down is just saying, like, when the persecution starts to arise for the word's sake, you're going to be offended and you're going to leave, right? And that's really what's going to happen. Go ahead, sis.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
So, for instance, like when you guys are at like camp and stuff, and then it seems to be most of the time it's the black people run into the white people, their help or whatever, in defending them. But it's so crazy because there are a lot of people that grew up, that are older, and come from basically the civil rights movement, defending those same white people, and they've been through it. So, but when they get home behind closed doors, then it's, I don't want to be fooled with those crackers or those honkies. But then at the same time, when you're at the camp, you'll run to their aid. I don't understand.
Because we feel compelled to. You know what I mean? Because we just feel compelled. Just like when Amber Geiger was in the courthouse and that bailiff, remember, she was stroking her hair. She just felt compelled because the spirit just be so like, because it's coming out the walls. Like without the truth, it is a default that we're going to love the oppressor. Without the truth, that's what you're going to do, because the truth has a perfect hatred, right? Because it's the love that we have for one another will make you have a perfect hatred for the oppressor. But without that, and you try to serve two masters, like what Christ said, what's going to happen is you're going to hate us for saying what we're saying, and you're going to love the oppressor no matter what. So when they do that, that's just them, doing what everybody else do. Everybody loves white people. That's the most amazing thing that they've been able to accomplish. Everybody, you think about that. You go to you see these videos from when people go to Africa. You see them African tribes be accepting white people. They just be, white people be out there taking pictures of them and doing all the exploiting them totally, and they just love it because the world loves white people. Go ahead.
So what you're saying is, basically when they get around those white people, it's kind of like a spirit that takes over.
Yeah.
Versus when they are among their people, they're like, yeah, that's right, African white people.
Yeah.
No.
The spirit of Christianity. Christianity is about the servitude of the oppressor. That's really all it's about. So Christianity, I don't care if you're not in the church. Christianity, gangbangers are Christians. You know what I'm saying? Gangbangers are Christians. Them niggas will shoot the whole block up. You know what I'm saying? But say they love that we can't hate. Those same brothers be coming out the camp talking about, y'all can't hate white people. And they be the same brothers who will, that demon will come right out. Remember the cat when we was on 4th Street? And he was like, y'all preach, y'all over here preaching hate. But then as soon as Cat went back down from what he say, I'll shoot you in the face. Okay, now it comes out. You just a minute ago, you said we can't hate, but you'll kill me because now that's the demon right there. That's the demon right there. The demon that make you hate your brother. You know what I'm saying? And that demon always comes out no matter what. And just like Christ said, it's very simple, very easy. You can't serve two masters. And that's what they try to do. So when they try to when they hide their true feelings about the oppressor is just pretty much how we've been in America. That's what we really pretty much do. We're good at hiding our true feelings, how we feel about the oppressor. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times it's because of our jobs. I know, man. You look, y'all in here, right? What happens when you go to work on Monday? It's like, how was your weekend? You gonna say what? It was good. Right. You ain't gonna really tell them how your weekend was, that you was out there saying the white man, we got a boot kiss from the white man. And, you know what I mean? That's just really how it goes. You know what I'm saying? They just afraid, and they just, you know what I mean? The civil rights movement, it was a movement where they were just afraid. They were afraid of white people, and they just figured out a way to not piss them off, to where they could really, to the point where they would really go back to how savage they really could be. And that's really all it is up until this point. It's just us trying to figure out a way that we don't offend them, so they'll go so they won't have to go back to how they were in the 17 and 1800s. That's what we're trying to stop and prevent. Go ahead.
So like if I may add, I believe you know, a lot of comes with like the God that black people serve.
Mm-hmm.
You know, black people, every nation has a God that looks like them.
Mm-hmm.
And so like the God that black people serve looks like white people.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll see that black people will run towards Esau's aid because they believe that Esau, they associate him with this image.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They associate, just like brothers who's in Islam. If you start talking about Islam, they're not going to run to the white man. They're going to run to an Arab out there and try to collar the Arab.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
it's like partly on like what God you serve. You know,
Yeah.
everybody has a God that they serve. Even like like you said, there's Chinese people that worship white Jesus. You know what I mean, they're gonna you know, take the white people a little bit more than, you know, anybody else.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yep.
the crazy thing is we just don't have no God.
Right. That's great. That's that's crazy. Like you're so right with it. Like I look at like world leaders because that's like I like looking at stuff. I've been watching a lot of like cults. Y'all gotta watch this one on Netflix called Wild Country.
No.
Y'all ain't watched that one?
No, Kiss, Be Sweet Kiss or something.
Sweet, Keep Sweet.
Yes, I watched
Yeah, I'm on the second episode. Don't ruin it. I'm on the second episode. I'm watching it when I get home. Keep Sweet. But they got a lot of cults up there now.
Yeah.
But this one, the Rajneesh cult, it was in Oregon, and they had 69,000 acres where they made a city in Oregon. 69,000 acres, man. They was like, this is the kingdom of heaven. This is the promised land. They was like, as far as you can see, you look out, it was mountains, man. Far as you can see, they was like, we own it. We own everything. I mean, it was a great idea. Great idea. But the government brought it down because they didn't want, because it was an East Indian dude who was top dude, and he had all them white people following him. They took over the whole city. They became cops, everything. They had their own, they had so many people that they did what it took to like, they put the paperwork in to make themselves a city, right? They put the paperwork in. Then they started getting into city council, right? And then they had so many people that was in the cult that started voting them into city council. So they voted their way till they was a majority in city council because the town only had like 50 people. So they voted their way into, city council to the point where they changed it from Antelope, Oregon to Rajneesh. They changed the name of the city to the cult, the name of the cult.
Dang.
I said, man, it's 5 parts. I think it's 5 or 6 parts. Amazing documentary. It was back in the 80s. All right, no sweat. So we'll get back, right? So verse
18.
18.
Mark chapter 4, verse 18.
Mm-hmm.
And these are they which are sown among thorns,
Mm-hmm.
such as heard the word,
Mm-hmm.
and the cares of this world, and the deceitfulness of the riches, and the lust of other things entered in.
Right, because remember, we can't. You won't be in this truth because you can't take a little bit of affliction. Every time you get a little bit of a pinch, you just can't come to class no more, right? That's really, and when you have that mindset, then you're not even worthy to even be here. You're not even worthy to take on this task of getting the kingdom of heaven. The Lord is never going to give the kingdom of heaven to a nigga like you. Salakia for being frank like that. But the Lord is never going to give you the kingdom of heaven. Why would he give you the kingdom of heaven? You can't even come to class. So you supposed to run the world? You get my point? Like he gonna let you run the world, or you can't even come here. She ain't gonna give you the whiffs. You tripping? All right. The white man is gonna keep running the world. All right.
Like if I could.
Go ahead.
I was just talking about this yesterday, but it was a brother in Philly. He got 2 masters.
Mm-hmm.
And he became a psychiatrist, right? And he started to own his own firm. I forget what they were, not firm, but whatever you call them, buildings, whatever you call them, practice. And he had people coming to his practice, but he was also in the camp. So as he would teach the camp, they would see him in his practice.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So he couldn't do both. You know what I mean? So the deceitfulness of the world, it was the thorn was grown with the truth. With the seed.
Right, exactly.
Check
A lot of brothers be like, man, I can't come in class because, I can't come to camp because, some people might see me. Right? My job might see me. And you be like, well, where you work at? Nigga, like, I work at McDonald's. Like, the way you acting is like, you know what I mean? You a Fortune 500 company. Right. You know what I mean? But you work in the warehouse, right? Loading up trucks, you tripping, man. Get to camp, man. Brother, like, man, I don't know, man. People might see me at my job. Nigga, you dig ditches. I don't think nobody gonna care if who's gonna care. All right. Keep going.
Okay. Verse 19. And the cares of this world and deceitfulness of riches and the lust of other things entering in, choke the word, and it becometh unfruitful.
Right, because now your pockets is hurt a little bit. Now your pockets is hurting you in the truth, and you think that now you're supposed to hit the lottery because you in the truth. So now you're supposed to have the winning numbers to win the $330 million.
Right.
No, you know what I mean? And your pocket's gonna hurt a little bit, but because your pockets is hurting a little bit of you being in the truth, right? You're not able to take as much overtime as you want to take because you got to go to camp. Or you're not able to, you put in positions where you can't really take that promotion, because if you take the promotion might take you away from school. Even with Knock, you know what I'm saying? Like him being in the school, it would have took him away from being in class. So what did he decide to do? He decided to put that down and follow the Lord. Right. Now he was already doing it before, Most High in Christ. He was already doing it before. Right, but he made the decision in himself to say, you know what, I'm not going to keep going on with this. You know what I'm saying? It's taking me too much away from, what I want to do for the Lord. Because at the end of the day, all this stuff is vain anyway. Who the hell cares? The Lord don't care about your double masters. Right. Lord don't care about none of that. It's fine. You can get it. You know what I'm saying? You can do whatever you want in this world. But the Lord don't really care about none of that. You know what I'm saying? All he really cares about is you keeping the commandments and serving the Lord and doing the work that he told you to do, right? Because remember, we was already brought for a price, right? We was already brought for a price. So you got to get out there and do the work, because the Lord has given us the kingdom of heaven, a kingdom that will never fall. Imagine that, a kingdom that will never fall forever. And the Lord is promising us that, and all we got to do is get out and do the work, keep the commandments, fear the Lord, and do what's right. But that's a very hard thing for a lot of people to do. All right. Keep going.
Okay. Verse 20. And these are they which are sown on good ground, such as hear the word and receive it, and bring forth fruit, some 30-fold, some 60, and some 100.
Right. Commander General Yohana, he's got in good ground. You know what I mean? He was one of those brothers who got in good ground, because without him, without him, we all wouldn't be here. But we're here because he got sold in that good ground, and he was able to bring 30-fold, 60-fold, 100-fold. And then brothers that come into this truth, they're able to bring brothers in. You know what I'm saying? Azar War, you know what I'm saying? His brother name is Strong Light, means strong light. Like, this brother's gonna be able to bring brothers in. He's gonna be that strong light to brothers that are in the dark. You know what I mean? Knock brought his whole goddamn family in. I married his aunt. Like, damn. Thanks for the she's cooked me some lamb tonight.
Crazy?
Yeah, you get my point? Like, he brought fruit in, you know what I mean? And I was able to, you get my point? Benefit from, and she braid hair. So, he was able to bring fruit in. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody, sisters, you brought a sister in, you know what I'm saying? That's fruit. Like, if you get into that good ground, you're going to be able to bring forth fruit. You're going to be able to bring fruit, and you're going to be able to be that seed that got into the good ground. And then you're going to be rooted deep into the truth, where nothing's going to be able to pluck you out, because you're not around the thorns. You wasn't sown on stony ground, and you're not one of those seeds by the wayside. You get my point? And you're in that deep, you're in that ground, and then you can give the truth your years. You know what I mean? Your years, as years go by, they keep going by. We get older, we get gray hair, all of that. And we just endure until we die. That's the point of the truth. You endure until you die, until you fall out the goddamn bed on the ground with a cardiac, in cardiac arrest. You know what I'm saying? Or you're on your way to camp and you pass out and you die on your way to camp. That's the brother Makatazar died on his way to camp. He died. The Lord took his spirit before he hit the ground. You get my point? That's enduring to the end. that's how it goes. If you get a stroke, whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? Whatever you die from, you want to endure until the end, until your last breath. That's the only way that you're going to get, saved, right? And you have to work and you have to be willing to lose everything, right? All right, let's get Hebrews 12:4.
Man, you on this damn phone.
Colonel McCon, sir.
You there, sis? You good to go? All right, no sweat. You there, I still see some pages flicking over there. Yeah, Hebrews 12:4.
I'm there.
All right, no sweat, sis. We good to go. All right, you got it.
Colonel McCon, this is Hebrews chapter 12 and verse 4.
Uh-huh.
Ye have not yet resisted unto blood.
Say that one more time.
Ye have not yet resisted unto blood.
Look, man, for brothers that don't want to come to camp because you're afraid, or brothers that don't want to come to, is anybody killing you because you coming to class?
Right.
No, you haven't resisted on the blood. Ain't nobody trying to do nothing to you. Ain't nobody trying to kill you for coming to class. Ain't nobody trying to kill you for coming to camp. None of that, right? You haven't had to resist on to blood. So come to class, man. Come to class. If you're a brother, man, come to camp, man. You know what I'm saying? Get it on, unless you got, something else you have to do, like your slavery or something like that, and you have a reason. But I'm just talking about the brothers who don't have a reason or don't have anything that's keeping you from going to camp. Only, the fact that you have a evil monster in the house, right?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of brothers deal with that, where you got a monster in the house, and she don't really like you coming to camp and being in a cult and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
But you gotta say to yourself, damn, whatever the hell she's saying, because at the end of the day, we know what this is about. This is about redemption. And look, if you gotta be in this truth and do the work of the Lord, even if it means you have to lose your rib behind it. You get my point? It has to be like that. Like even for a sister too. You know what I'm saying? You gotta come in this truth. You gotta be in this truth. And if your husband leave you because he doesn't like the fact that you trying to keep the Lord's laws and you're trying to be a righteous sister, and he leaves you for that, then let it be so. You know what I'm saying? Because you could get a man that's going to be a man of God, that's going to treat you right, and that's going to stay in this truth and give you guidance, like, you know what I'm saying, like you're supposed to get. You know what I'm saying? Like, meaning that, whatever our situations is, we got to stick with it, even if it means that we have to lose everything. Right? And it says that what? Ye have
not yet resisted unto blood,
Uh-huh.
striving against sin.
Right. We haven't had to resist on the blood, so the hell you tripping for? Get in here and do some work, right? Ain't nobody killing you. Ain't nobody beating you up to get in here. You know what I'm saying? We go to camp. We come home safe. You know what I'm saying? So get here, man. Ain't no reason to be afraid, right? The brother Kaash, man, this brother come up there, man. We going, this brother got to work that day. And he works out. I tapped him on the shoulder. I was like, how long you got? He was like, 10 minutes. I'm like, damn. You know what I mean? Like the brother, you know what I'm saying? He worked up until he had 10 minutes where he had to go. That shows zeal. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the spirit that you want to be in.
That's right.
Right? All right. No sweat. You can drop that, warrior.
Okay.
Let me get 1 Peter 1:13.
It's the book of 1 Peter chapter 1 and verse 13.
Mm-hmm.
Wherefore, gird up the loins of your mind.
Say that again.
Wherefore, gird up the loins of your mind.
Right, meaning that you got to have a strong mind for this. You know what I'm saying? Being in this truth, you got to be strong mentally. You know what I'm saying? To endure, you have to be strong. You can't be weak-minded to endure this long road, because if Christ don't return for 20 years, that means that you got to endure for 20 years. It's cool if you think Christ is coming back in the year 2023. Then you ready to get it on. Like, yeah, I'm gonna get it on. Yeah, shalom, Yahweh Shemal Ethamba Shimi outside. You know what I mean? You ready to go. You ready to get it on. You ready to cook everything. Because you think Christ is coming back next year. But if Christ don't come back next year and he doesn't come back into the year 2050, you know what I'm saying? Then you got another 40 something years. I mean, 28 years. Yeah, something like that, right? You got a long time. Yeah, you got some time, right? And you just might perish on the way to that. Plenty of brothers, you know, all the prophets in the Bible, matter of fact, they prophesied about Christ coming and they died. They never got to see it. That's why he said there rose another prophet, no other prophet greater than John. Because remember, John the Baptist, he prophesied about Christ coming and he actually got to see it. You get my point? And he still didn't follow Christ.
Right.
He still didn't follow Christ. He had his own disciples. Ain't that something? He prophesied about Christ and Christ actually came. That's like us saying, Christ is coming, then we see him come. And then he get here and then we still just, you know, we got our own group. We still, you know, we still the ISUBK under Command John Yohana. Like, you get my point? Like it wouldn't be no more ISUBK. It would be Christ's disciples. You know what I mean? That's what it would be. It would be no more, you know, rank and order and all that in the school. None of that. Whatever he say our rank is, that's what our rank's going to be. That's how you turn it over to someone that's mightier than you, whose shoes you're not willing, you know, qualified to latch. Right? Yeah, this man right here. This is who we give it all over to. And that's what John should have did, but he didn't. You get my point? So that's why, you know, there was no other prophet greater than John, because he actually saw Christ come. You know what I'm saying? A lot of prophets, they didn't get to see that. You know what I'm saying? So gird up the loins of your mind, right? And what else?
Be sober.
Be what?
Be sober.
This ain't talking about like not drinking. This is talking about like keeping a clear head. You know what I'm saying? Having a clear head about it. Get my point? Get it? Go ahead.
And hope to the end for the grace that is to be brought unto you at the revelation of Jesus Christ.
Right. You got to be mentally strong and you got to be able to endure until Christ gets here. That's what you have to do, right? Until Christ comes, you got to be mentally ready for it. Because if you're not, then you're going to fall off, right? Whatever your rock got to be in the truth, you got to do it. You know what I'm saying? You got to do it. And it has to be something. You know, mine is brotherhood and loyalty. That's my rock in the truth. So the loyalty that I have to the brothers and sisters here, that's what keeps me here. That's what keeps me wanting it. And I like to stay fresh. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like nothing, I don't get comfortable in the truth.
Right.
You get my point? Like, yeah, I became a captain, but I'm not trying to stop here. I'm trying to. You get my point?
Kind of
like, you think that's it? Well, I got here now. I'm good. Nah. Right. So that's what you want to stay fresh. You want to stay on it. You want to stay consistent, and you want to keep a strong mind for it, so that you know you could be worthy of something that the Lord is trying to give you. If not, then the Lord ain't gonna give you nothing. You useless to the Lord. So what? Spit you out, because you're not hot or cold. You lukewarm. So you know the Lord will just get rid of you that way. You know what I'm saying? The brothers that's in here, we've been around for a while now. You know what I'm saying? We've been. I remember the first time we went down there and met Isaiah War, and we met Mataziala. You know what I'm saying? Like I remember Taziah been around forever, Knock been around forever, Matazapah been around forever, and these brothers here, you know what I'm saying? They've been around a long time too. Jalen been around when we started the school here. You know what I'm saying? This brother here, you know what I'm saying? He was there when he was the only one coming to class. You know what I'm saying? Like, so like the brothers been around. Everybody that's in this room been around for a minute. You know what I'm saying? So let's just stick with it and give each other, you know what I'm saying, our years. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's grow old together. What the hell?
That's
you know
right.
What I'm saying? But we got to gird up our loins first. You know what I'm saying? We got to be mentally strong to be able to endure what's going to come. Because guess what's going to come? People are going to run in here. It's going to be a influx of people that's going to come in here, and they're going to fill this class up, and to the point where we're going to have to get a bigger building. Right? It's going to happen, but we got to be the people that's going to be ready for it. You know what I'm saying? When the Lord sends it in, the Lord will send the increase. He'll send the brothers, but he got to make sure that we're able to handle it. Because if we're not able to handle it, then why would he send brothers and sisters in here to be under our care? He wouldn't do it. The Lord ain't gonna do it because we're not ready to do it. You know what I'm saying? So he might make us wait another couple years before he send more people in here. So we just got to be ready, and we got to be sober minded, and we have to gird up our loins. Right? Keep reading.
Khan, verse 14. As obedient children, not fastening yourselves according to the former lust and your ignorance.
Right. And the truth, we can't be how we was before. You can't be that. You can't come into the truth. You can't put old wine into what? I mean, new wine into what? Old bottles.
Right.
They will break. They will. We was at the Passover. What we do? What we do? We put new wine into what?
Old bottle.
And what happened?
It broke.
They broke. Go ahead, Mataza.
It definitely did.
As you read the scripture, this scripture is clearly telling you to change. Right? That you have to change. Like, things can't be the same.
Right.
Right. And the crazy thing is, like, I know I keep talking about Christianity tonight, but Christianity is telling you the opposite, that not to change.
Right.
Right. Christ came because we was already messing up. We was already doing wrong. So it required a change, right? Because now we know this brother. You know, instead of him dying, I was supposed to die. So now I got to change, but I'm not going to change if the pastor keep telling me I can do whatever I want to.
Right.
You know what I mean? And still get all this glory, all the scriptures that you read about the kingdom of heaven, all this glory we're supposed to get. I'm never going to change if he's telling me I can get all this glory
without changing.
Right.
Exactly. And that's, you want to say something? I'm sorry. You had your hand up?
Khan.
Go ahead. You got it.
Not had his hand too. Yeah, but like what he's saying is so heavy. You know what I mean? Because in the Christian church, they basically saying like Christ gonna meet you in your sin. Like you can stay in your sin, do whatever you want, as long as you believe in him. You know what I'm saying? And everything is gonna be great. You know what I'm saying? And there's no repentance, there's no nothing. It's grace. It's nothing but grace in the Christian church. And that's why, you know what I mean, somebody could be a straight up flaming homosexual and be in the church and dating women. You know what I mean? And dating men. You know what I'm saying? Right in the church, on the choir, in the deacon board. You know what I mean? All that. Because Christ is meeting you in your sin, because he loves the sinner.
Right. You gotta be the type of man that's worthy of getting everything the Lord is gonna give you. I want to have rulership in the kingdom of heaven.
Right.
I don't want to just be the regular dude in the kingdom of heaven. Now there's gonna be righteous families there, but I want to rule the righteous families.
Right.
Yeah. I want to be able to go in the temple with Christ. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be. They be like, oh yeah, stay back. You know what I mean? You know, the king coming through, stay back. Now I'll be his cupbearer, like with diamonds.
Where are my diamonds?
I'll be just like that, on my knees like that. Right? But with a whole bunch of women. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's how you want to be. I want to have a good spot in the kingdom of heaven. I want a double portion.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I want to, you know what I mean? I want a good amount. And any sister that's married to a man like that, she gonna have a good amount too.
That's right.
She gonna be what?
That's right.
The sister's gonna be. She gonna walk out in the look in the cotton, and you're gonna see like white folks out there like.
Right.
Like, yeah, mighty fine day we having, man. You're gonna be like, yeah, that's a nice day we having. You know what I mean? Picking cotton. What? 200 pounds. I want three a day. Right? Each. Right. And that's justice that we're gonna get. But the Lord not gonna give you that if you're not worthy to get it. Right? Let me get Matthew 10 and 35.
Like, I just want to add on what Pastor Paul was saying. As far as Christ dying for us, he sacrificed the rest of his life, or his life for us. And the hard part for us is to sacrifice that old person who he was to live a new life. You know what I'm saying? And that's the hard thing for us to do, give up that person that we was to be a new person. You know what I mean? So that's the same thing, somebody giving up the rest of their life and you giving up the person that you was. You killing your old man, he killed the man that he was going to be.
Right, that's heavy. You know, remember where it said, he that'll lose his life shall gain it, but he that'll keep his life shall lose it. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what'll happen to you if you're not. But you're saying that he actually, he actually sacrificed his life that he was living now. The new one. I mean, not the new one, but the one that was without sin. Go ahead.
Yeah, so basically, like what the brother bringing up, it's like it's a mindset. It's basically a mindset. You know what I'm saying? I know 1 Corinthians 13:11 would probably sum it up. You know what I'm saying? If I could. 1 Corinthians 13:11. When I was a child, I speak as a child. I understood as a child. I thought as a child. But when I became a man, I put away childish things. So when you come into the truth, you can't like it's talking about the form of lust and things like that. You can't do those childish things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right. And just to add to your point, which is heavy, like we are children in America. You know, we're children here. You know, you look at how we're treated. Like we're like, just think of like world leaders on a global scale. World leaders are concerned with military. They're concerned with the best interests of their people. They're concerned with nuclear bombs program. You know what I'm saying? They're concerned with, rulership. Like, what are we concerned with? We're not even up there on the global scale.
TikTok.
Yeah, right. We on TikTok. Like
You dance.
right there. We on TikTok. That's all we're concerned with. Dancing, singing. That would have brought Christ back. Yeah, Christ would have been back a long time ago. Because we could sing real good. You know what I'm saying? We concerned with singing, dancing, and being a minstrel. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not concerned. Like, when you look at like the national scale, you got like Kim Jong, you got, the leader of America, the leader of Canada, the leader of China, the leader of South Korea, the leader of the United Arab Emirates. You know what I'm saying? The leaders of all the leaders in Africa. You got everybody concerned with what's their best interest. Who's our leader? Joe Biden. We don't have no leader that's up there. And all the rest of them are just trying to get us to just serve Joe Biden. So you got to vote. See, that's why, things ain't the way they are, because enough of us didn't vote. You get my point? Like, that's all they think about. You was there when we was down in Dover. That's all they want us to do is just vote all the damn time. You know what I mean? Which is so goddamn weak, right? Voting is weak. If you're a man that's voting, you're weak. So, all right, let's get it. All right, I'm going to speed it up a little bit just for time's sake. Matthew 10:35.
Khan. It's Matthew chapter 10, verse 35.
34. Start at 34 real quick.
34. Think not that I am come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword.
Right. Christ didn't come to bring peace on earth. He came to bring a sword. Right? Read on.
For I am come to set a man at variance against his father, and the daughter against her mother.
Right. So so Christ came to set a man at variance against his father. Why? Because that's what Christ wants. When you know how you come at variance with your father? When you don't call him on Father's Day.
Right.
You come at variance with him. Right? You come at variance with your mom when you don't send her that stinking card on Mother's Day.
Right.
Right? You come at variance with your mom when you decide to serve the Lord and not decide to serve the things that they taught you growing up. That's when you'll become like, who you think you are? You in that damn cult, right? Go ahead.
And the daughter against her mother. And the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law.
Right. The mother-in-law, she gonna come against you too when she find out that that your husband got another wife.
That's right.
That's when your mother-in-law gonna come at you, because she gonna be like, he got another what? It couldn't be me. Right. Your mom. When you come and talk to your mom, she ain't gonna look at you. She gonna be like,
Right.
I'm talking about, hey, mom-in-law, she ain't gonna look at you no more. That's what's gonna make. Yeah, go ahead.
But that's what brings back to the topic that you were talking about earlier about sowing the seeds. These are like thorns right here to choke you out with their words. You know what I'm saying? Lustful things and whatever. You say, you used to be able to celebrate Father's Day and Mother's Day.
Right.
You used to call me up and wish me happy birthday. You changed so much. I don't understand. And this scripture right here just falls into place with it.
Yep. The Christ came because to serve Christ is going to separate you from your family. Right. But let's read on.
Verse 36. And a man's foes shall be they of his own household. He that loveth father or mother more than me is not worthy of me. And he that loveth son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me.
Right. That's how you want, because you can't, if you love your daughter, if you love your mom, if you love your father more than serving this, than doing it, being in this truth, and then doing in this truth, then you're not even worthy to serve Christ. not even worth it. You should just go back in the world and just go ahead and enjoy. Enjoy like being a hoe. Enjoy just being a weak Negro who just, hide from women all day. Right? Just go. You just be better off just doing that. At least that way you're not lying to yourself. You know what I'm saying? So just go do that. Read on.
And he that taketh not his cross and followeth after me is not worthy of me.
Right. So the cross is the burden. If you're not willing to pick up your burden of being in this truth, you know what I'm saying, then you're not worthy to follow Christ anyway.
Right.
You just like, every stinking pastor that's out here saying that they love God. You're just like every stripper that say they pray to God. You know what I mean? You're just like everybody else because you're not worthy to serve the Lord and you're not really ready to put that burden on to serve the Lord. So you're not worthy of it. All right. All right, let's go Luke 14 and 26.
Luke 14, 26.
Luke. I like Luke. Luke, I like Luke because it gives you that other way of, you know what I mean? When you read Mark and Matthew, it gives you that other like way of saying it. Go ahead.
It's like Luke 6 and 22 is a good one too.
All right, we can pull it. All right, we'll pull it right after this. All right, no sweat. All right, Luke 14 and 26.
Khan, sir. This is the book of Luke, chapter 14, verse 26. If any man come to me and hate not his father.
Say that one more time.
If any man come to me and hate not his father.
I thought Christ didn't hate.
And hate not his father and mother and wife and children and brethren and sisters.
Say that one more time.
Khan. If any man come to me and hate not his father and mother and wife and children and brethren and sisters, yea, and his own life also, he cannot be my disciple.
Right, there you go. That's right. That's heavy. Well, let's get it one more time. Look, one more time for Torah.
Khan. This is Luke chapter 14 and 26. If any man come to me and hate not his father and mother and wife and children and brethren and sisters, yea, and his own life also, he cannot be my disciple.
Right. I love my daughter, but I'm not calling her on her birthday.
That's tough.
Right.
I love my daughter, but I'm not calling her on Christmas.
That's right.
Nah, I'm not gonna do it. And she might have been disappointed with me like when I first started doing it, but she'll get over it because disappointment is a part of life, right? So yeah, she'll be all right. Go ahead.
So like you're saying, she didn't call you on Father's Day.
Right, she didn't call me on Father's Day. I love my daughter for that. She knows I'm just not gonna call this nigga. All right, cool. Right, that's cool. That's right, baby girl. Don't call me. Right? But you can call me any other day. That's fine.
Absolutely.
But yeah, don't call me on Father's Day or Christmas or nothing. Or, you know what I'm saying? Don't call me. All right, you out? All right, no sweat. Go ahead.
It's like another thing they do, they try to be slick with it too, sir. Like, you know what I mean? If you have a rib that may be in the world and you in the truth, they're going to come at your rib. You know what I'm saying? They're going to invite her to the Christmas party. They're going to invite her to the Thanksgiving party. You know what I'm saying? That's why you got to be strong in this truth and you let her know you can't go either. You know what I'm saying? And a new thing they try to do now is just like, hey, I'm just like my sister, she tried to send me a text and was like, I just want to wish you, hope you're having a good weekend. You don't never say have a good weekend any other time. But just because it's Father's Day, you want to say, I'm hoping you have a good week, and I ain't respond. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like they try so.
And you gotta be, you gotta, if you're a brother, man, you gotta run the household.
Right.
Your rib, she gonna hate you if you just run if you don't run nothing, and she just runs you all the goddamn time.
Right.
You know how I know because it be sisters at my slavery like I hate the fact that I run this nigga like that.
Damn.
They just hate that. You know what I'm saying? Because they want you to be able to say something. Like, nah, we ain't doing that. We are not doing that. And you're not wearing that. She'll be like, I guess I gotta go change.
You're damn right.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? But if you let them brothers let their ribs go out like crazy,
Right.
like them niggas don't love her, man.
Nah.
You don't love her, man. Like you let your rib go out like that, man. You tripping, man.
Right.
Somebody had their hand up. All right, no sweat. All right. You had one.
Come on, sir. It's Luke 6:22.
And then somebody hold John 15 and 18. John 15 and 18. We almost done, y'all. I'm kind of going against the clock here. So I'll just pull a few more scriptures and then we'll just go ahead and end it.
Come on, sir. Everybody has it.
Come.
All right, no sweat. Luke 6:22. Blessed are ye when men shall hate you, and when they shall separate you from their company.
I learned this the hard way.
And shall reproach you, and cast out your name as evil.
Yes.
For the Son of Man's sake.
Yep. I learned this one the hard way, Taziad, because I remember when I was sitting in the parking lot. I remember it like it was yesterday. I was in the truth, and I used to hang out with a crew of brothers. You know what I'm saying, before Mataza Pa got up here, and I remember I was sitting in the parking lot at McDonald's, and I was just scrolling through my phone list trying to see who I could hang out with, because I didn't have nobody to hang out with, because nobody was hanging with me down here in Delaware. So I was trying to hang out with the brothers I knew from the world, and none of them answered the phone. And that's what I really knew. And after that, none of them answered the phone, so I had to go home. And then every other weekend after that, I used to try to call them, but they would never answer the phone. They knew that I was in the school, and that's why they didn't answer the phone, because they thought I was they just looked at me differently because I decided to start serving the Lord. But then once I understood that, I got a new life. I got new brothers. I got new sisters to be around. You know what I'm saying? And right. I was willing to lose my life, and I gained it sevenfold. No, not a sevenfold, 100-fold. Right. Because I got all y'all brothers. Go ahead.
If I could continue the next part.
Yeah, it says, blessed are ye when men shall hate you, and when they shall separate you from their company, and shall reproach you, and cast out your name as evil for the Son of Man's sake. Go ahead.
Come on, sir. Verse 23. Rejoice ye in that day, and leap for joy. Mm-hmm. For behold, the reward is great in heaven. Mm-hmm. For in the like manner did their fathers unto the prophets.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So like you said,
you speaking of Mike?
So like you said, like I said, what you just brought out, that was the day you leap for joy, because you were basically, giving yourself for the Son of Man's sake. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And you should rejoice. Like most people, when you leave your family, because of the truth right here, because the Lord called you and humble you, and you heard it, and you want to get closer to the Lord, you're gonna experience these things right here, and they're gonna catch your name as evil. Mm-hmm. And you should leap for joy, because the Lord chose you. Mm-hmm. And He brought you out of being dead. Right. You understand?
Yeah, most of Christ,
and gave you, you know what I'm saying? It's a life.
He dropped it heavy. he getting deep.
It's a life.
Yeah, he getting deep. Yeah, that's how it is. Yeah, that's right. That's dope. You know what I mean? Like, you should be happy at the fact that they don't like you. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm happy.
That's right.
Myself and Mataza Pa, we about to do a funeral on Wednesday, and they just know how they gonna look at us when we walk in there. You get my boy? Like, we're gonna walk in there without a three-piece suit on, right? And we're doing the funeral. They're gonna be like, "What the hell is this?" They're gonna be like, "Man, this is crazy." We're gonna walk in there. I'm using the General Haas let me use his garment.
Ooh-wee.
Yeah, General Haas let me use his garment. So when they look at us, they're gonna be like, "Who are these niggas? Mm-hmm. And what are they here to do?" Because I came for a funeral. You know what I'm saying? They, you know what I'm saying? But that right there, that they look at us like, "Who the hell are these niggas?" I'm happy at that. Right. I'm happy at that. Even in a sad time, I'm still happy that I can be able to be put in a position to do something that everybody hates. That's dope. If you in the truth, you can understand that. Right. Anymore? So, what was we holding? We was holding
John 15.
John 15 and 18. Yeah, if anybody want to come, well, no. Never mind. No, never mind. Never mind. Yeah, never mind. Yeah, never mind.
Oh man, that was hilarious.
No, the school gonna be shut down. Yeah.
Oh man.
15 and 18.
Common concept.
All right, you got it, Warrior.
It's the book of John, verse 15, chapter 15, verse 18.
Are you there, sis? Y'all there? All right, no sweat. All right, sister's on the point tonight. I'm gonna drop them a bomb. Go ahead.
If the world hate you, ye know that it hated me before it hated you.
That's heavy right there. That's what Christ says. When we be at camp and the world hates us, which they do. We was at the when Villanova won the championship in Philly, and they were throwing stuff at us, man. And they were throwing stuff, and they were throwing milks and cheese, and they were throwing waters at us and everything. And the cops looked, and they just like kept walking. They seen what the people were doing to us, but you know they didn't do nothing about it. And at that moment, I knew I was in the truth. At that very moment, because I seen the whole crowd was like, "Get out of here! We hate you! Get out of here! You stupid!" And I was like, I'm in the truth. You know what I mean? Because why everybody hate us like this? And all we're doing is saying, keep the commandments and follow God. Go ahead.
I think you was like officer 50.
Yeah, I was officer 50. I went to 500 in 1 week. They gave me a rank raise in 1 week. They was like, damn, nigga, you like, damn, nigga, you got we were 50 to 500 in 1 week because we didn't run. Go ahead.
So like it, but you know, because we're taught to be a man. We're taught to be real priests and prophets, right? To not bend or fold. But then there's this video that's going around on Facebook, at least on my Facebook, where it's like this fake Israelite group. It's like this white man standing in front of the dude, and he's like, "Well, we know that there are Israelites, and their message is kind of harsh.
Yeah.
We don't want to. Yeah, it's like we don't want to be like that.
Yeah.
They come hard.
Yeah, they're like,
Yeah.
they paint in the day of adversity.
Yeah, in the day of adversity, man, that's horrible. Go ahead.
If I could add, like, and you being like at that point, you was like young and the truth. You know what I'm saying? Like, you come right in, and you like, yeah, we going to camp, and then you start throwing the whole concession stand at you.
Yeah.
Some brothers be like, man, I ain't with that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They not throwing at me.
You know what, Knock? I was right there. You know what I'm saying? What you saying is right. I was in Captain Nakai's ear at the time. I was like, Captain Nakai was at 10,000 at the time. And I was like, man, let's just jump in the crowd. Come on, man. They throwing stuff at us. Let's jump in the crowd. Because I was young. I was like, man, let's just go get these niggas. Let's get the two niggas. It was two of them that was inciting the whole crowd. I'm like, let's just go get the niggas. Let's jump. He was like, hold on. Just stand down. You know what I mean? Like, it was a lot of pressure. I was putting a lot of pressure on him. It was a lot of pressure coming from the crowd. And he was like, yo, we might have to leave the camp equipment. And I'm like, yo, let's just get the nigga. You know what I mean? Let's just get the nigga that's you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, you get the loudest nigga in the crowd. Everybody else going fold. So I'm like, let's just go get him. And he was just Cap was like, man, just hold on. So we took the embarrassment of the crowd throwing stuff at us and laughing at us, and then you had like the Muslims out there with the white people like, we love white people, we love white. They was chanting that like Satan had his camp, and his camp was way bigger than ours. Go ahead.
White Jesus.
Yeah, they was all out there. I mean, our cat had a cross and everything out there. I was like, this is biblical. But I remember we got into the car and we just started laughing. We just started laughing, man, because I had like cheese all over my new headpiece, cheese dripping. I had milk dripping from my damn beard, and we just started laughing. Everybody was just like, we was like trashed, you know what I'm saying? And we just started laughing, and it just was an honor to get humiliated for Christ like that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That was when I knew I was in the truth, and I've never ever stopped coming after that. All right, Matazapa.
I was about to say, and just a word of advice to the younger brothers, that's in here. You know, if that ever happened to you, you know, maintain your discipline.
Yeah.
Maintain your discipline. Always look to the men that's above you, your camp leader, for direction.
Yeah.
You know, don't fly up the handle because it could either go two ways. I seen where you could get a rank raise, or you could be like, I had to pay that fine.
Yeah.
So, and it's all about maintaining the discipline.
Right.
There's other brothers that came before you that had cheese thrown on them, milk and pee and every spit and everything else. And so when you hear those stories, it helps you understand that, you're not the only one that this happened to.
Right.
And it's a portion of what Christ had to go through.
Right. And in our camp, we got good brothers here, and our job is to get everybody home safe. We want to get you home safe. Now, if we got to go out there and brawl, then we'll do it, because we ain't no stranger to no good ass whipping. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you might have to give a cat a good ass whipping. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Just you know what I mean, for the word's sake. And we just might have to do it, but of course we're gonna try everything not to do it. So yeah, we might have to take a little bit of a ridicule from the people, but no matter what, we'll always win in the end. All right. Oh yeah. Let me get on back to these scriptures, man. Y'all got me digressing. All right, let's get it.
Con with a concert. Verse 19. If you are of the world will love his own.
Right, because if you was a filthy, disgusting sinner, then nobody would have a problem with what we were saying out there on the street. Go ahead.
But because you are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, the world hateth you.
Mm-hmm.
Remember the word that I said unto you. The servant is not greater than his Lord.
Mm-hmm.
If they have persecuted me, they will also persecute you.
Mm-hmm.
If they have kept my saying, they will keep yours also.
Mm-hmm.
But all these things will they do unto you for my name's sake.
Say that one more time.
But all these things will they do unto you for my name's sake.
Right. This is for like young officers. You know what I'm saying? Young officers to understand this. Like the person that we're battling at camp, we're not battling that person. We're actually really out there battling the demon. You see what I'm saying? It's a spiritual warfare that's going on out there. So we're not battling that sister. That sister, we're battling the demon that's on that sister. And that's what we're battling, right? And you got to be the type of brother that can, be in this truth, and you get rooted in this truth, so you'll get the power over demons to cast out unclean spirits. So you'll be able to be a certain type of way when we're out there, when it's game time, and you'll be able to, cast that demon out of a sister. You know what I'm saying? You'll be able to cast that demon out of a brother. Go ahead.
I think you said something before. You said the demon don't outrank you.
Mm-hmm.
The demon don't outrank you or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, everybody who got a boot kiss out there, the demon didn't outrank you. Because if the demon would have outranked you, they would have got up and not kissed your boot. So, yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah, the Most High in Christ. You know what I'm saying? Because that demon would have got up like, whoa, he would look at you like, you know what I'm saying? He would have kissed the other brother's boot like, as soon as it got to you, they'd been like, he'd have been like.
It's like,
right?
Speaking in parables. It's like,
Yeah.
it's like.
So this is so for the young brothers, it's not we're not battling that particular brother that's out there. We're battling the demon that's on that brother that's out there. And there's many ways that we can get the demon off of the brother. One way I had to learn, and I learned this last week, sometimes you just might have to reason with a brother. Remember how Captain Todd, you see how Captain Todd Ward masterfully did that? He said, remember, I was battling the brother to the point where I was just at my wits end, like, man, shut up. You know what I mean? But Captain Todd, I didn't say that, but that's what I wanted to say. But Captain Todd Ward said, I understand your pain. I understand that this happened. I understand that. And he was just like, yeah, because my father killed my mother. Yeah, man, that's a horrible thing. You know what I'm saying? That your father did to your mother. You know what I'm saying? Like, it shouldn't be like that. You know what I'm saying? You should be we should be the type of people that don't have to do things like that. And we shouldn't hate our people. And you see how he switched his whole continents. That's battling the demon that's on that brother. That hates us for talking about the truth, right? Read on.
Verse 21. But all these things will they do unto you for my name's sake, because they know not him that sent me.
Right, and that's really why we get into arguments. That's why people come at us, is because it's not that they hate us. They hate the Lord. They hate the Most High. They hate the one that sent Christ. Because when we out there talking about Christ, it's not them. It's not them that's upset with us. They're not upset with us per se. They're upset with who sent us. You know what I mean? It's a spiritual warfare. Let me get Mark 10 and 28.
Common concept. This is the book of Mark, chapter 10, verse 28. Then Peter began to say unto him, Lo, we have left all and have followed thee.
Right. So Peter was saying, well, damn, you know what I'm saying? I left everything, you know what I'm saying, to follow Christ. Right? I left everything to follow Christ, and we followed you. You there? Y'all there, sis? All right, no sweat. I'll wait on you, sis. It's on first. It's Mark chapter 10, verse 28. Okay, you got it. You got it, brother.
All right, common concept. Verse 29. And Yahushua answered and said, Verily I say unto you, there is no man that have left house, or brethren, or sisters, or father, or mother, or wife, or children, or lands, for my sake and the gospel.
Say it one more time. Say it one more time from verse 29.
Khan. And Yahushua answered and said, Verily I say unto you, there is no man that have left house, or brethren, or sisters, or father, or mother, or wife, or children, or lands, for my sake and the gospels.
Right. So meaning that Christ said basically like this hasn't been done before, but it's necessary now because of the situation that's at hand that we're going through. So yeah, you're right. Nobody ever had to leave and do all that kind of stuff, but now it's necessary for it to happen. Read on.
But he shall receive 100-fold now in this time, houses and brethren and sisters and mothers and children and lands with persecutions, and in the world to come eternal life. But many that are first shall be last.
Right. So it says, but ye shall receive 100-fold. If you've never been to if you've been to the Passover, you know what this is. Right? Because we've been to the Passover, so we've seen 100-fold. You know, you gave up everything, but guess what? You got at the Passover.
That's right.
You got 100-fold at the Passover. You got, brothers and sisters there. You got, everything that's there. You know what I'm saying? You got 100-fold. You left your family in the world, but you gained a whole big family in the truth.
Right.
You got new brothers and new sisters and new aunties and new uncles and all that kind of stuff that you have, you know what I'm saying, by being in this truth. And that's what you get by following Christ. Right? Read on.
Verse 31.
Verse 31.
But many that are first shall be last.
May you say that one more time?
But many that are first shall be last.
Right, because brothers and sisters are going to fall out this truth. They're going to fall. And you can't be the brother that is going to fall, or you can't be the sister that is going to fall. Right, in this truth. Right? All right. You could drop that. Let me get 1 Peter 4 and 12.
First Peter. Time to get it. You said 4 and 12, sir?
Yep.
This is the book of 1 Peter, chapter 4 and verse 12. Beloved, think it not strange concerning the fiery trial which is to try you.
Hold on. One more time, warrior. Go ahead and say that one more time.
Beloved, and think it not strange concerning the fiery trial which is to try you.
Right. The fiery trial. right? The fiery trial that's going to try you by being in this truth. Just know that it's coming. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's going to try you in this truth, because anything worth having, you got to work for it.
Right.
So the Lord is going to try you in this truth, right? So you might lose your job, right? You might, lose that, a car that you was trying to get, or whatever it is that you're trying to get, you can lose it behind this truth, right? Read on.
As though some strange thing happened unto you.
Right, because you were tried. Because you were tried by the Lord, right? Read on.
But rejoice.
But what?
Rejoice. Inasmuch as ye are partakers of Christ's sufferings, that when his glory shall be revealed, ye may be glad also with exceeding joy.
You see that? You see that? Because remember, it's about endurance. You got to endure in the truth. You can't be weak with it. You got to endure. And if you endure, you'll get the reward at the end. Meaning, you don't, like, enduring is not just going to church and they saying that, I believe Christ died for my sins, so now I'm saved, and you dump me back in the water and I come up. That's not being saved, right? Being saved is, enduring to the end. Remember, Christ said, he that endured to the end shall be saved.
Right.
Right? Meaning that until you take your last breath, until, you don't come home and get in your bed at night, that day that you don't get in your bed at night, right? Then you got to endure all the way up until that point. And that's my goal. My goal was to endure all the way until that point. You know what I'm saying? Then I can be, then I can say, hold on, what's that? Hold on. Pull this scripture real quick. This is what you want to say. Hold on. All right, it is John 17:4. And then somebody get Ecclesiasticus 2:1. And then Matthew 12:43, and then we'll end it there. Slaki, y'all, I'm going to go over 9 o'clock for like 5 minutes.
Wow.
Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha 2:1.
So we're not doing it?
Huh?
We're not going to John?
Say that again?
We're not going to John?
Yeah. I told somebody to hold that. The book of John, 17:4. Yep. It's one scripture though. The water sister. Go ahead.
John chapter 17, verse 4.
Uh-huh.
Oh, Slocky.
No, you got it, Doc.
John chapter 17, verse 4. I have glorified thee on the earth.
Mm-hmm.
I have finished the work which thou hast given me to do.
That's right. That's what you want to say. Mm-hmm. It's your time of death. When it's time, because remember it said after death, then the judgment comes. Right after you die, the judgment is going to come. So the Lord is going to judge you for everything that you've done on the earth. You want to be able to say, read it one more time.
Okay. John chapter 17, verse 4. I have glorified thee on the earth. I have finished the work which thou hast given me to do.
That's what you want to say. You want to be able to say that. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. At the time of your judgment, you want to say, because you're not gonna be in your body, but you're gonna be conscious of that, your judgment. And the Lord, and remember how the scripture say you're gonna make account for every idle word that you said. You know what I mean? Like every idle word that you said, everything that you did in life, you're gonna be judged for it. And I want my judgment I want the Lord. Go ahead, sis.
Will that be prior to us coming into the truth? Will he judge us for like when I had my slave name, or will he judge me according to when that former person passed away and I became brand new?
Right. The Lord. Okay. Remember when it said in Hebrews, what was that? Hebrews. Which one?
10.
Yeah, when it said that, yeah, if you sin willfully, after that you have received the knowledge of Christ, right? You're going to be judged for the Christ died for the things that you did do, but not the things that you do. So you'll be judged by those things. You'll be judged, right? Because you became new when you came into the truth. So from that point on, you'll be judged for what you've done in the truth. So if you was in the truth and you was sinning in the truth, you're going to pay for the things that you was doing while you was in the truth. You get my point? And you know what I mean? And that's what it is. Go ahead.
If I could add, especially if you cause other people to sin.
Right.
And that's the most heaviest sin, to make other people sin.
Right. So you want to make sure that your record is good. You know what I'm saying? Of course, you know it is a battle when you come into the truth to get yourself right, and you should do it. You know what I'm saying? Get yourself right. You know what I mean? And make sure that when it's your time, you want to strive all the way into the end to make sure that your election is sure, so that you're not I don't want to say the word p-footing. You know how they say p-footing around. Mm-hmm. You want to make sure that your election is sure. So at the time of your death, remember the Lord is merciful. You know what I'm saying? Not that I hate saying that because you don't want to make it look like the Lord is being soft, but the Lord is merciful and it says the Lord is pitiful and merciful because of how merciful he is to you. But if you're in the truth and you're doing what you're supposed to do and you're striving for the mastery and you're striving to do the right thing and you're not sinning and you're not doing those things, then the Lord will judge you on that. And you know what I mean? And Lord allow you come back in a more righteous kingdom than you was before. You know what I'm saying? And the Lord will bring you back with a good judgment, and you won't get the judgment, that's horrible, right? Where your hand is coming out your head.
Oh.
The Lord is like, okay, she's going to go back into the earth, but she's not going to see it. You get my point? She's going to go back into the earth, but she's not going to see it. You know what I mean? For all her days, she's never going to see the earth. But she's going to go back, but she's not going to see it. You know what I mean? Or she's going to go back, but she's never going to walk again. She's never going to walk. She's going to be in a wheelchair like this. You know what I mean? The brother, he's going to go back, but he's not going to be able to hear nothing that anybody says to him. You know what I'm saying? The Lord is, I said the Lord is terrible. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? The Lord will get you. Remember it said the Lord requires that which is past. So the Lord might not get you in this one, but he'll get you. And if you don't get you, he'll get your kids. So we got to understand what we serving here. We're serving the Lord. It's terrible power. All right, no sweat. What was the other one I had? Ecclesiasticus and the Apocrypha 2 and 1.
2 and 1. Khan. Mm-hmm. This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 2, verse 1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation.
Right, that's right. Y'all in here, prepare yourself, man. Because remember, Satan is going to mess with you more now because what you have inside of you is the right side turning up of black people and Hispanics in America. Because this is Satan's kingdom right here. This is kingdom right here. And you're coming against that kingdom. So you're going to be the number one priority. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
Set thy heart right and constantly endure.
Say that one more time.
Set thy heart aright and constantly endure.
Right, because Satan comes in seasons. He comes in seasons, right? Satan comes in seasons. He might not be on you right now. You might be like, yeah, I feel good. I'm coming to class every night. I'm good. But Satan will come in a season. He might just let you just chill for this one. You might get like a couple months. You ain't got no temptation and nothing around you that's preventing you from doing anything, and then he'll come. Right? Read on.
And make not haste in time of trouble.
Right. Make not haste. Don't run when the trouble comes. Right? You want to, like the scriptures say, you know what I'm saying? It says, before you go to war, make sure you count the cost. You know what I'm saying? Think about it. You know what I'm saying? Before you go to war, you know what I'm saying? Think about it. Count the cost. What's involved? You know what I'm saying? What's the best way to go? Strategize, right? Read on.
Cleave unto him.
Cleave unto who?
Cleave unto him. And depart not away. That thou mayest be increased at thy last end.
Right. The Lord is going to increase you. You know what I'm saying? But you got to be the type of person that wants to be increased. The Lord is going to increase you at the end, but you got to endure through the hardship first. Read on.
Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a low estate.
Right. When you might not have everything that you think that you're going to have. You might not get, your number might not hit. You know what I'm saying? And be patient, man. You know what I'm saying? Be cheerful when you know what I mean? And it says when thou art changed to a low estate, the Lord might bring you low just to see what's up with you, to see if you really real or not, just like he did with Job. Right? Go ahead.
For gold is tried in the fire.
Right, because remember, gold, when you try gold in the fire, gold has impurities in it. But you got to try the gold in the fire, right? You gotta try it. You gotta put it in the fire to make it gold, to make it, you know what I mean, without any impurities, right? Go ahead.
And acceptable men in the furnace of adversity.
To the what?
And acceptable men in the furnace of adversity.
Right, that's that fiery trial we were just talking about in Peter. You know what I'm saying? Like the fiery trial. Like that's the Lord is trying you to see if you're worthy to get the kingdom of heaven. That's why Satan is here, to make sure that you don't get it and being unworthy. That's why Christ didn't return in the year 2000. Remember, because they thought that Christ was going to return in 2000, and everybody came in the truth and ran in the truth, and they thought that Christ was going to return. You know what I'm saying? Which was a right prophecy. It was a right prophecy that Christ was going to return in 2000, right? But it didn't happen because the Lord, and I'm glad it didn't happen, because if it would have happened in the year 2000 and Christ would have returned, all the wrong niggas would have been in the kingdom of heaven, and we wouldn't have had a chance.
Right.
So all of those brothers who was there when Christ didn't return in the year 2000, they left the truth. They left the school, all right, because he didn't return. And I'm glad it happened. The Lord gave us mercy, because if Christ would have came back, the wrong niggas would have been in the kingdom of heaven, and we wouldn't have had a chance.
Right.
All right. And let me get Matthew 12:43.
Matthew 12.
Yeah, the unclean spirits. And then one more after that is Matthew 24:13. And I'll stop there. I got way more, but I'm going to stop. Matthew 12:13.
Common, sir.
No, 12:43. I'm sorry. It's 12:43. Salaki, y'all.
Common. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 12 and verse 43. When the unclean spirit is gone out of a man, he walketh through dry places.
Right. This is the beginning stages for a brother or a sister that just comes into the truth. Right? Let's go. Let's get it.
Seeking rest and findeth none. And then he saith, I will return unto my house from whence I came. Because the demon knows your sin. The demon knows what type of a person you are, because the demon's been there for since the garden. You know what I'm saying? Like the demon's been around for a long time, so the demon knows exactly what you like and what you into. And the demon will, like he said what? Say it one more time. I will return into my house from whence I came out. Right, because you came in the truth and you thought that you was going to get this truth. And you thought that, because you knew Christ was black and the Israelites and all that good stuff, you thought that because now that you don't smoke anymore, that those things wasn't going to come back. Those demons wasn't going to come back. And those demons are going to come back. The original demon, right? Because remember when the demon tempted Christ? What did it say when it got off of Christ? It said he left Christ for a what? A what? A season. So what does that mean? Coming back. Right. Might not got you this time, but he'll try a different way to get you. You like hoes? No sweat. You might not like the hoes. You might stop messing with the hoes that are dressed like a hose
But now you're gonna get a hoe with a headscarf. Now the demon gonna try you that way. Now you're gonna get a hoe that don't dress like a lady of the evening. Right?
That's tough.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Go
I know
ahead.
you told me not to do it, but I did do it.
Oh yeah. Go ahead.
Con with con, sir. And when he is come, he findeth it empty, swept and garnished.
That's right, because now they're swept and garnished. Now you came in the truth and you listened to the brothers. You listened to the brothers and you believed us when we told you that you was a filthy, disgusting drug addict, right? You listened to us and you believed it and you stopped being a drug addict, right? Read on.
Verse 45. Then goeth he and taketh with himself 7 other spirits.
7 what?
7 other spirits. More wicked than himself.
See, the thing is, people think that demons are ugly. That's the way the movies will like to make it seem like demons are ugly and they just look like crazy monsters. But demons they're not ugly. Demons are beautiful. They look real beautiful to you. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever your demon is, you know what I'm saying? It looks real beautiful to you. But the more righteous you get is the more uglier the demon is going to get.
Right.
The more righteous you get. So your level of righteousness is going to be dependent on how ugly the demon looks to you. All right, go ahead.
And they enter in and dwell there. And the last state of that man is worse than the first. Even so shall it be also unto this wicked generation.
That's why endurance is so important. That's why. Because the demons, they will be back for the rest of your life. It's not like you can just overcome, the demons and then it is never ever going to be there for the rest of your life. That's you being tried through the fire. The Lord wants to keep testing you. Okay, leave you alone for a few months. Test you. Leave you alone for a few months. Test you. Leave you alone for a few months. And that's what's going to happen until you just don't have no desire. You 80 years old, like, nothing can get to you now. The only thing now is just for you to just gracefully die. But, the Lord's going to try you until you just, can't be tried anymore. And then you die, you give up the spirit, and then that'll be that. Right? And any questions? And Matthew 24:13, that'll be the last scripture.
24:13.
Anybody got any questions on that? Y'all good? Solid? All right, no sweat.
That demon like a dirty house.
That's right.
Basically what you're trying to say is, basically you clean your house up. The demon said, "No, I'm coming back to this."
Yeah, I'm coming back.
And he see that everything is put in order, and he's trying to misplace things, take things out.
Right. He's going to come back. The demon is going to come back with what you liked before. You know what I'm saying? What was your vice before? The demon is going to come back with that, but he's going to come back more wicked than with 7 more demons that are more wicked than the one, than him. So the demon might know that you like weed. So the demon is going to come back more stronger. Like, it's legal now. You can smoke weed now. It's legal. He's gonna come in a different form to get you to submit and go back. Yeah, your medical card. There you go. That's another way. Yeah, your medical card. Your back hurt. Yeah, look, Isaiah Ward, the medicinal uses.
Right, medicinal.
Yeah, medicinal use.
You can eat it.
Yeah, medicinal use. He's gonna come in a different form. If you a brother that's whatever it is that you're dealing with, you like hoes, you're gonna get hoes, but they're not gonna look like if you was a brother that was dealing with prostitutes. Like prostitutes that were really out there that look like prostitutes. You're gonna get hoes that don't look like that.
Oh, so you can have multiple wives.
Yeah, you're gonna look at it. You're gonna look at it in a different way. She's not gonna be dressed like a lady of the evening, but she's gonna be a hoe.
You can change her.
And if
You
you're
can
not,
change her.
yeah, and if you're not careful,
Oh shoot! That's the one.
If you're not
That's the
careful,
one right
you'll
there.
be, you know what I mean. You'll be taken. Satan will get you that way.
He said you could change her.
Yeah, a lot of brothers think that.
Oh man,
Right.
that's hilarious.
So you got to be the type of brother that's willing
Yo,
to
that's the one.
fight the fight. Go ahead, sis.
And you gotta realize, don't favor them, but you don't want to be saved.
That's right.
She
Yeah,
don't want to be saved.
that's absolutely right, sis. You know what I'm saying? And
No, sis,
so many of our brothers, they fall behind that because they don't understand this fight that we're fighting. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to go ahead and end it with this scripture right here. Any brother that got it, sister, whoever, y'all can read it.
Common cons.
No sweat.
Book of Matthew, chapter 24 and verse 13.
Right on.
But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved.
Read it one more time.
But he that shall endure unto the end,
Until the what?
until the end, the same shall be saved.
Right. You got to endure all the way to the end. You can't just say, because if you say, I believe Christ is my Lord and Savior, you ain't saved. You in the church talking about Christ is my Lord and Savior, and I believe and all that. You're not saved. We're not saved until the end. You got to endure all the way into the end. All right, man. Look, I was going to drop you a bomb, but I'm not now. All right, my man. Shalom, Lord of Christ. Read it one more time for Zarab Bakar, man. Read it one more time for Zarab Bakar.
Common con, sir. Matthew chapter 24 and verse 13. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved.
That's right, man. You know, if we endure to the end, that's how we're gonna be saved, man. That's what we here to do. That's why we in this class right now.
Right.
We in here to endure until the end. You know what I'm saying? We're not here to play around. This ain't a game. This is this is something that's serious. This is not just slavery. You know what I'm saying? This is actually your freedom.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I make sure that I get it. You know what I'm saying? And I make sure that, nothing is going to take me off of this. You know what I'm saying? No matter what it is. And if I got to sacrifice a couple dollars, if I got to do that, then so be it. It's not nothing that's really going to, really, stop me from really, gaining anything. I mean, I worked overtime for 2 years. And I'm still in the hood.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's, nothing. But that's what it is. Anybody got any questions about endurance? You wanna endure, man, all the way to the end, man. Right. You know what I'm saying? Till you kill over and die. That's what you want to do. All right. So with that being said, I'm going to turn the class over to Precinct Officer Zarab Bakar. Nah, I'm messing with you, man. I'm just messing with you. Is Tushim still here? Okay.
We got to make camp slow.
Right. Shalom, Israel. We are the ISUPK, Israelite School Universal Practical Knowledge, under Commander General Yohana. This is the ISUPK security announcements. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to learn and shut themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or a sister has an interest in a particular person, they are to seek counsel from the heads. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers 18:21, Malachi 3:8-10. Ma'asharah means tenth in Hebrew. It's 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Free will offering, priest fund. It's a free will offering for the priest. It's not mandatory. Whatever amount or size bottle you would like to give.
That's right.
If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black boots, shirts, pants, headband, or scarf.
Sunday the 25th, Memorial Blowing the Trumpets.
Salakia. Upcoming Holy Convocation is the memorial of blowing of the trumpets. Sunday, September 25th. And with that being said, men of Israel, Amaju, we're going to give one courtesy salute. Men of Israel, Amaju Shabbat, Amaju, Barak, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Barakatham, Yashamatah, Sar, which means to turn. Sisters Amaju, we're going to give one courtesy salute to the sisters. Men of Israel, Amaju Shabbat, Amaju, Barak, Yahweh Shamar Alatham Hashem Yahushua.
All right, so you want to make sure the sister know.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead and teach the sister.
All right. So what we just said in the Hebrew, well, in the English, you said it in Hebrew, but we're saying it, the translation in English is, Lord, watch over thee in the name of Jesus Christ. And for the what we said to the men was, Lord, bless you in the name of Jesus Christ. All right. Yashamatah, class dismissed. Yashamatah is handed.
All right, let's get these chairs up. I need a.
You cut it off, sir?
Yeah, you.
Can you get this out here for me?
Yeah.